Alright, this is Tim again from Portal PC and Gaming. This is the second part of my video where we're going to discuss some troubleshooting methods here. I know last video that I just did a brief overview of where things are. This time we're actually going to start with some troubleshooting methods. The first method that we're going to do today is going to be deleting the game utility data on the PlayStation. For the Xbox, it is actually clearing the system cache. I'm trying to get an Xbox right now so that we can do a video with that and show you guys how to do it. As for the PS3 side, what you're going to want to do is turn on the console. It's going to bring up the cross menu bar, the main PS3 menu. What I want you to do is go over to the game section of the menu and scroll up. You're going to see a bunch of different icons. One says Trophy Collection, Save Data Utility, PS3. Now this is where all your saved games are stored for whatever games you played. They're always going to be stored in this folder, and it's completely separate from what the game installs on the console. So when somebody has you clear out the game utility data, basically you don't have to worry about your saved game stuff. That's all stored somewhere separate. What you also have is the save data utility for the mini PSP. Memory card utility. Now that's going to be for if you play like PlayStation 2 games and you want to get a game going, say like maybe Final Fantasy, something like that. You're going to need to use this in order to create a memory card on the console. If you go up from there you have the actual game utility data. Let's see if we can scroll in on that a little bit better. Alright, that's your game utility data. This is the folder. Well, let's start off like this. Basically what happens when you first put a game into the system and you play that game for the first time, there's a couple different things that are going to happen. First thing that's going to do is it usually installs some sort of data onto the console to help with load times so that they're not extremely long. Most games are going to do this, about 95% of games. I think a lot of the older ones may not. The other thing that it's going to do is update the game. That also goes with this game data utility file as well. The updates will be in there as well. So if you delete this, basically what's going to happen is if you go to restart the game again, it is going to tell you that it's going to tell you that you need to update the game again. And the third thing that gets installed with this game utility data, and this one is optional. This is only if you choose to do so, and that is if you install the game onto the console to completely help with load times, like to almost eliminate them altogether. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we are going to press X to select the game utility data, and you're going to see here that we have a bunch of games that we're going through right here. We got everything from, I've got everything from, you know, Mass Effect all the way down to Call of Duty. I mean, we can keep going. What we're going to use as an example today is I'm going to use the Modern Warfare 3 game, seeing as I believe more people seem to be familiar with it. So here's that game utility data right here. You're looking at it. Modern Warfare 3 says it was created 11/13/2011, so about 5 days after the game came out. Now you can hit triangle and you're going to get two options there, delete and more information. If you select information, it's just going to give you how big the file is, what version. The version is usually the patch number, so whatever update it is. So it looks like I've got patch 1.07, which is slightly out of date because I haven't touched the game in 3 or 4 months. So we're just going to hit circle to back out there. We're going to hit triangle again and delete that information. Alright, it's going to ask you to make sure, and it's going to give you all that same information there on the left-hand side of the screen. And it's going to ask you if you're sure. I mean, obviously, if you're sure, select yes, and it's going to delete that information. Alright. And what I'm going to do just real quick is pause this, and I'm going to throw in the game real quick, and I'm going to start this back up and show you what happens.